Hey YouTube, Anthony back at you with here in my office. It's been a little while since I made a video, about a month. I said I'd start making videos more often, not disappear for months on end. Um, the channel is, we made our 400 subscriber channel up milestone, which was cool. And I think we're at 405. We just steadily gain subscribers really slowly. So I don't know what I need to do, but to accelerate the growth, it would be nice if there was a way to do that. But I'm just happy with the 400 that we got, and people actually watch the videos, so it's pretty cool. Um, but what's been going on? Well, I told you about Zillow Premier agent. As you know now, I'm a licensed real estate agent. I'm a realtor because I'm a member of the National Association of Realtors. I just paid my realtor dues. It was like $500 on the year. So I'm getting to understand how expensive it is to be a real estate agent, but compared to starting other kinds of businesses, it's not that expensive. It's a few $1,000s, but it kind of stinks paying that kind of money when you're not making any money yet. But that brings me to my next point. I've come to realize my final verdict, at least in the zip codes that I'm in, uh, Zillow Premier has not been worth the money yet. Like I said, I pay about $500 a month for the leads, and they call me every day, 2 to 4 calls a day usually, maybe 3 calls a day, Monday through Sunday, every day. And problem I'm encountering is a lot of the people that call me are either inquiring about a very cheap property, like because I'm in some less desirable zip codes, so I'm getting houses that are $80,000, even 40, not 40, but $80,000 down to that low. And the house I live in here in Manayunk is 400,000. So you can only imagine. And I don't live in a palace. This is just a decent house here in a nice area. Um, but I purchased 6 months of Zillow leads, um, and most of the Philadelphia area was already taken. Like they didn't have any room in any of the zip codes for me to pick up. So I picked up a few in North Philadelphia. So this is kind of North Philadelphia where I'm looking, or where the people that contact me live. They live in North Philadelphia, in a zip code where the average house might be 150 to 200 grand, which for Philadelphia is very low. Um, like I said, where I live, $400,000 or $500,000 is typical, and if you're making a 2.5% commission on $500,000, you're doing pretty damn good. But the houses that Zillow are sending to me are so cheap that I would actually only be making my minimum. My minimum is 3,500 to do a transaction. So these houses, when you apply 2.5%, basically if the house is under $100,000, I'm working my minimum. So that's why this hasn't been that fun of a start in real estate. It's been kind of rough, and and a lot of the people that reach out to me are not, either they're already working with a realtor, so they don't want to work with me, or they're not pre-approved, or they don't have a proof of funds. And actually, yesterday I just had a guy up and say, "I'm not sending you any paperwork before seeing the house," which is not the way it works. We need to get qualified buyers into these houses for showings, so that everyone knows that they're serious about buying and that they're able to buy. Because why waste your time driving and spending all these time with these people, and come to find out they can't even afford the house. So, but lately, I would say starting around the week before Thanksgiving, the phone calls slowed down quite a bit, and now maybe I might get 1 or 2 calls or no calls in a day. And a lot of the calls too, uh, they'll connect me and then they'll say that like the guy dropped off or he hung up or something, and that's happened in the last month maybe 4 or 5 times, which is significant to me. But the scary part of this all is that I'm only estimated that out of all the leads that come through, if 100 leads come through, if I close like 5 of them, I'm doing good. So not only are most of these calls not good leads, or they don't know they're a lead, or they don't need a realtor, um, it's there is a low likelihood that I'm going to close a deal with them. Now, out of all this, in the past couple months, I've had two showings. One guy got cold feet; he just didn't want to do it anymore, and another woman, we were we went through the whole process of signing and making up an offer because she wanted to put an offer in a house. She disappeared and started as the listing agent said to me, she's ghosting me. So she became unresponsive. I called her. I left messages. No calls were returned. No texts. And she just disappeared. And I could have seen myself. It was only an $80,000 house, and I think the deal was the buyer's compensation is $3,000. I could have made $3,000, which for the work that goes into it, is a really good money. But I can only imagine what I'd be making if I was in better zip codes. So sooner or later, and certainly before I sign up with Zillow again, I'm going to look at Realtor.com and other real estate websites if I have to. If Zillow can't find me decent zip codes, I need to be in better zip codes where the median price is higher. So I'm not, because you're better off as a real estate agent to do high dollar deals. The same amount of work goes into it as low dollar deals, but you're gonna have to do a whole lot more low dollar deals to add up to what you would make if you sold $1 million house, for instance. You can make $30,000 in one fell swoop if you sell $1 million house, and there are $1 million houses around me. So, I'm just not in the neighborhoods I need to be in. Which brings me to the next thing that I could do, probably should do, is canvas the neighborhood with flyers, door hangers. So really getting out there. I don't know about in the winter now though, and like I said, Zillow has slowed down. It's the holiday season. People don't want to move right now, and because basically, if you started a contract with me right now, it would be like right around New Year's where you'd be trying to move, or the week after New Year's, and I don't think people are interested in that. Uh, so it's been kind of slow. So I've applied to a couple jobs. I applied to USAA and I applied to Amazon, both for audit and compliance jobs. Just because I got my license in I think September, so it's been 3-4 months. Granted, this whole time I didn't have Zillow, so I'm really saying I didn't really start in real estate, start working until I signed up with Zillow Premier. So I trash Zillow like I do, but if it wasn't for that, I'd have no business whatsoever. So you know, it's been I did the whole month of November basically. October, some of October, most of November, like 6 weeks, and still haven't made any money. Um, didn't have any serious buyers. And I think the direction of this channel, like I said, most of my viewers, they were around when I was talking about a job hunt, and now I instead of starting a new job, I started a new career. I started a business, which is what you're doing. You're starting a small business. You're starting a franchise when you're a real estate agent. I have a brokerage that I work for. I work with them. I don't work for them. I have a mentor that I work with. He supports me, but he's not my boss. So I really am doing my own thing. But it'll be really exciting and interesting to see how long it's going to take for me to make some money. Um, my broker of record, the main guy, he said he spent 6 months in the job in his first brokerage and didn't make a penny, and then in the next 12 months he made $150,000, which would be absolutely fantastic. And this is probably 15, 20 years ago. So this guy made there's a lot of money to be made, but I haven't figured it out yet. But I'm trying and I'm working at it. Um, but it is still tempting, and I do from time to time apply to jobs. Granted, I applied to those jobs a couple days ago and never got any they haven't contacted me, but it's the holidays, and I'm not surprised. But I do have a better story now to tell them. Basically that I'm in real estate and I'm licensed and I'm working, and there's that fills the gap on my resume. Since leaving Wells Fargo a year ago, um, I just show real estate the whole time because basically it was studying in the beginning and then it turned into doing work and actually getting set up. So so that's what I'm doing, guys. I know this is kind of long winded, but I just wanted to give a overall review of Zillow Premier, and I have to say, if you're not in the right zip codes, um, prepare yourself for potential disappointment. Um, it's really crucial. I jumped the gun on getting it. I didn't even have all my systems in place when I first started, so I kind of wasted a whole month of Zillow Premier, the month of October. But we tried a whole month in November, still not making any money, but I have it for 6 months. So over the course of the next 4 months, I'll keep reviewing this product and let you guys know how I made out with it. Because so far, this is the only marketing I'm doing. And the other bad thing about Zillow Premier is that they're only buyers. I'm not going to get experience as a listing agent through any of the leads that come through Zillow. They're only buyers inquiring about properties. They're not sellers looking to sell their home. So think about that, guys. That's a really important thing to bear in mind. You're only going to experience on one side of the transaction. So if that's not for you, then you might want to look elsewhere. But I will be reviewing the other real estate lead generation companies when it's time to when my subscription is over with, because like I said, something's got to change. I'm not going to be going into these really bad neighborhoods and looking at really dilapidated short sale houses and foreclosures. It's not what I got into the business for. I wanted to sell luxury real estate. I used to live in luxury real estate. That's what I've been accustomed to. So uh I might have to get my boots to the ground to make that happen if I can't find out a way to link into these better neighborhoods online. um so that's my review. In hindsight, I wouldn't go Zillow Premier again with the zip codes that I'm in. It's really mostly that's the problem. Um, and they call you at all hours. You get phone calls at 8 in the morning, and do you really feel like talking to a lead at 8 in the morning? I mean, I don't. So it's kind of difficult uh, catching all the calls, but I've gotten used to it. I don't have any anxiety over answering the calls because now I know most times the calls it's not a good lead anyway, but you gotta still be there to pick it up. So that's my review of Zillow Premier Agent, and I think that pretty much does it for here in my office. There's really not much more to say. Not much about the lawsuit. Uh, I signed some HIPAA forms to release my um, hospitalization information and all that around the lawsuit. So they'll be getting that, and I highly doubt there'll be anything happening in the month of December for the lawsuit. But hoping, like I said, that we settle next month. And I'm not going to make this video any longer, but we've been thinking of different kinds of small businesses you could start with that seed capital from the lawsuit. Um, so we'll be talking about that more in the future about what we're gonna do with the settlement and how we're gonna invest it, because we are gonna probably use it to start a small business. So that's what's going on. So thanks for watching, guys. There'll be another video in the next couple weeks. So thanks for watching. Have a good one, guys. And don't forget to subscribe.